podcast, The 3 Questions That Can Change Your Life. Have you ever sat quietly, staring at the ceiling, and wondered, what do I really want in life? Not what you want for dinner, not where you'll go this weekend, but deep down, what do you truly desire from this one life you've been given? It sounds simple, doesn't it? Yet most of us can't answer that question. We work hard, chase goals, make money, take care of our responsibilities, and one day we realize we've been living someone else's version of success, not our own. Mel Robbins once said, "You're not lost, you've just stopped listening to yourself." That one line hits deep, because sometimes we don't need to find our purpose, we just need to remember it, to remember what once made our heart come alive. Mel talks about 3 questions, just 3, that can completely change how you see yourself and your life. They're simple, but powerful enough to wake you up. The first question is this: if nothing in your life changes, where will you be 5 years from now? Take a moment and imagine it. Your job is the same, your relationships are the same, your days look exactly like they do now. Does that thought make you feel peaceful or trapped? This question forces you to face the truth. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. Because if you don't consciously choose your direction, life will choose it for you. We often cling to what's familiar because it feels safe. But sometimes what's safe slowly kills our spirit. If picturing your life 5 years from now makes your chest tighten, that's not failure. That's a message. A message telling you it's time to wake up. Change doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you start asking honest questions. And remember, you don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the next step. The second question is this: if the path you're on disappeared tomorrow, what would you do? Imagine waking up tomorrow and everything you've built, your job title, your roles, your responsibilities, simply vanish. You're free. No expectations, no pressure. What would you choose to do then? This question reminds us that we have more choices than we think. Most of us live inside a story written by others: parents, society, culture. Over time, we forget who the main character was supposed to be. Mel calls this freedom through imagination. When you remove fear and judgment, even just in your mind, you start to hear your inner voice again. That small, quiet whisper that says, "This is who I really am." You don't have to quit everything to start over. You just have to remember you can. You always have the right to choose again, to begin again. And sometimes, just realizing that truth is enough to set you free. The third question is the most powerful one. What would your life look like if nothing could stop you?
Imagine a world with no fear of failure, no fear of judgment, no fear of what people might say. If you didn't care about being rejected or misunderstood, what would you do? This question strikes at the heart of why so many dreams die before they begin. Because the fear of judgment is the single biggest dream killer. When we were children, we believed anything was possible. But as we grew up, we learned to be afraid of mistakes, afraid of not being good enough, afraid of standing out. So we stopped trying. We played it safe. We became acceptable. Mel has a simple, powerful phrase for this: let them. Let them judge. Let them misunderstand. Let them talk. Because no matter what you do, they will. Your only job is to live in a way that makes you proud when you look in the mirror. Inside every one of us, there's something unfinished. A dream left behind, a story untold. Mel calls it unfinished business. Maybe it's the song you never wrote, the book you never finished, the class you always wanted to take, or the trip you kept postponing. It's not just a dream, it's a piece of your soul waiting to be remembered. Mel shared that for years she worked as a corporate speaker. But one day, when she asked herself, if nothing could stop me, what would I do? The answer came immediately. I'd start a podcast. So she did. No fancy studio, no big production team. Just a microphone, a quiet room, and her real voice. That simple decision changed everything, because for the first time, she was living in alignment with her truth. You see, you don't have to overhaul your entire life at once. You just have to begin. Prototype your dream, as Mel says. If you want to write, write for 15 minutes each morning. If you want to play music, practice for 10 minutes a day. If you want to change careers, start exploring what excites you. You don't need certainty. You just need courage. Mel Robbins says, you don't need to know all the steps, you just need to know the next one. Life doesn't ask for perfection, it asks for motion. The moment you take that first step, the path begins to appear beneath your feet. At the end of her talk, Mel said something that stayed with me. You're not lost. You just stopped listening to yourself. Deep down, you already know what you want. You know what makes your heart beat faster, what makes time disappear, what makes life feel alive again. But the world is noisy, and somewhere along the way, you stopped listening. So right now, pause, take a breath, and ask yourself honestly, if nothing changes, where will I be in 5 years? If my path disappeared tomorrow, what would I do? And what would my life look like if nothing could stop me? You might not have the answers today. That's okay. Asking the questions is the first step, because the goal isn't to know exactly where you're going. It's simply to begin. It's never too late to remember who you are. As Mel Robbins says, you don't have to find your path, you just have to remember it and have the courage to follow it. So today, take one small step, one different choice, one quiet act of courage, because sometimes that single step, that single yes, can change the entire direction of your life.
Life isn't a race to the finish line. It's a journey to find your way back home, back to yourself.